Hello everybody, we are reviewing this flashlight today. It's Wurkkos TD11 Tactical. Quick specs rundown is on the box. Key takeaways: 3000 to 6000 lumens. It's stepless dimming. We'll talk about it a little later. LED display, 25,600 candelas, 1 meter drop resistance, and IPX6 water tightness. Let's take a look inside the box. Pretty straightforward packaging, not as fancy as OLED, but as far as being a good gift item, I think your giftee will not be disappointed in the packaging. It's on the level. User interface consists of top buttons, a USB-C charging port, and a function switch on the side of the flashlight. Triple work light panels on the spine, and these can be used for light shows to light up your party. Wrist lanyard is included, as well as the short USB-C charging port, USB-C on both ends, and here comes the light. All right, let's see this torch. Oh boy, you're a big fella, aren't you? This must be the largest flat-form pocket flashlight that I've seen to date. Here's Wurkkos HD01 that they sent to me for review about a year ago. I've used this light extensively and grown to respect it, and that's why I accepted their offer to review TD11. DNA Scraper earns the nomenclature Tactical, as well as quick access buttons. A much larger pocket clip than on HD01. I don't use the head berm mounting, that's why I put a Benchmade pocket knife pocket clip on this light. The pattern matches amazingly. Yeah, used it a lot. One feature I really used a heck of a lot was the magnetic base on HD01. This one doesn't seem to have a magnetic point of attachment. You see, this is a very strong magnet. Worked really well in a weld shop, inside a vehicle, under the hood, under the vehicle, done it all. This one doesn't have any magnetic mounting provisions. The USB-C port cover is robust hatch style. It comes out easily with little side tabs. I appreciate that. And seems like it goes back in snugly, securely. I went into this review cold, no prep. We'll see if I can figure out the buttonology on this light. When working on a flashlight review, I'm trying to keep companies' feet to the fire, meaning I verify the specs that they claim on their advertisement, you know, at least the ones that I have ability to test in my home lab. It's not really a lab, and you will see it throughout the video. Finishes are very good. The pocket clip seems to be not too tight, not too loose. I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Yeah, I like the color. Very pristine, very OLED-like finish all the way around, even though this company has been around longer than the OLED and is quite popular among the scuba divers because they make outstanding, from what people told me, underwater flashlights. All right, I'm going to plug it into the USB-C cable and start playing with the buttons. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's strobbed. You know, I'm sure there's a video that goes extensively into buttonology. I'm just evaluating how robust the construction is and whether or not a casual user like myself can figure it out right away. So there are different functionalities. You probably have to sequence the buttons a certain way to get to certain functionality. Here's a straightforward flashlight. I think I have it in the spotlight setting. Here's the work light. Oh, this is bright. Very bright. I can stand it up on the lens side, but the absence of magnet kind of still bugs me a little bit. Let's talk buttonology now. You know, some functions are activated by the number of presses that you apply to a certain button. Like, for example, I'm pressing the flat rectangular button several times and it changes the light show on the work light panel here, and you have to remember how many button presses you need to do to achieve a certain effect. which is a little bit annoying, to be honest with you. For example, I had to count 11 different functions just to get through the whole, gamut of different, I don't know what to call them, displays, light shows. I don't know who the target audiences are for a flashlight called Tactical and priced at $120. But if I paid for this light out of pocket, I would be kind of wondering, what the heck did I just pay for? Did I pay for functionality that I need, or did I pay for these games and juvenile sort of feel that these games bring to the table? I mean, that was 10 clicks just to get this little back and forth ping-pong function. And now you get this flashing light after 11 clicks. Seriously, and if you pause, it reverts to whatever count of a click you paused on.
Ain't nobody got time for that!
Literally, this is the only function I need out of the side panel light, right there. Bright work light. Done. All right, I think we're sufficiently charged to proceed. Now let's pull the cord out. I'm at 87%. What the heck just happened? Something's wrong. It tore the guts out of my USB-C plug here. That's what it looks like. First I thought I pulled the socket out, but it's the male side of my USB-C cord that got stuck. Luckily I have handy-dandy pliers nearby. Man, it's a solid engagement, let's call it that. Will it do it with any cord? Let's grab the one that came with it. 2 attempts can be made with this one. It's strong, but it came out okay. I think maybe I had an even cheaper cord that I charged it with. Here you go. Don't use cheap cords with it. Use the one provided. Good to go. In this segment, I am trying to emulate the IPX6 test, or more specifically the 6 part, because the first digit that is designated as X means not tested or not rated. It's for dust particle intrusion, reserved for electrical enclosures. The second digit, the 6, designates strong water jet, which is what I'm trying to emulate. The proper testing equipment would allow me to test it with a hydrant hose, what they call flat hose, for 3 minutes at about 15 psi or 100 kilopascal of pressure. I think the pressure you see here is sufficient, but my flow is much lower. And I'm doing 3 minutes on each side of the flashlight that I would consider susceptible to water intrusion. So I did the lens, now I'm doing the button or user interface panel. I'm also planning to do the USB-C port, which is on the same side as the work light panels, and then even the pocket clip, because those screw holes could be a leak pattern to the interior of the flashlight, which would be highly undesirable and would actually derate it down to nothing. You see the difference here on this channel or in this video is I am not trying to sell you the flashlight. I could care absolutely zero whether or not you buy it. They know my channel, I mean the Wurkkos does. They know what I do, and they send me a second flashlight to test, so that tells me they expect this level of testing and no sales pitches. So in this video I'm just sharing my findings and my conclusions with you. If you find something like that interesting, or if you are interested in pocket knives, sharpening videos, or some other EDC tools reviewed, let me know in the comments. Also hit the like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate if you turned on the notification bell, and there's a possibility to hype the video. That's a new function on YouTube, and it's reserved for small channels such as mine. I think we are all ready to skip to the end of this experiment, which was successfully concluded because the flashlight did not develop leaks. There was no water even under the USB-C cover, and the functionality remained the same as new out of the box. The next demonstration is to verify that it is indeed 1 meter drop protected. So here's 1 meter or 39 inches height measured from my countertop to the ceramic tile floor of my kitchen. And I'm dropping it lens down first. Let's see. No cracks, nothing. And it still works. And now I'm going to drop it buttons down. Bam. Let's see. No cracks, and it works. Imagine that. And just to be thorough, I'm going to turn it with the work light panel down and drop it again. I think I'm going above and beyond what's required here, but you know, we need to know. Let's see. Yep, still works. Let's see, which button do I press to get the panel going? Nope, not this one. Let's try this one. Yes. And it's running. Awesome. No, I don't want you to strop. I want you off so that I can show how it looks in the pocket. Here you go. I'm comparing to a large size pocket knife that I carry on the right. I will always carry a flashlight on the left. Here you go. Easy out. Was securely in. I liked how it sat. Pretty flat for the size. What just happened? I guess I turned the light on and I was pocketing it. Now I turned it off because my hand naturally goes where the button is. So maybe if I leave it on and insert it, nope. It's inconsistent. If I stick my hand in the pocket, it will light it up. I think either the button placement is bad or they should have done a better job protecting the buttons from accidental engagement, because if you do it without noticing, these things get pretty hot. Of course, most people would notice that their leg feels a little warmer than usual and turn it off, but still, like if you got in your car and it turned on, it would be annoying to have to work around the seat belt. Almost no other lights that I've experienced have this problem. Here's an ARC Pro that I pocket pretty frequently, and there's no way to accidentally engage it. And the same goes for Wurkkos HD01, which is rapidly becoming my favorite out of everything you've seen here so far. And did I mention how much I'm missing the magnet that's on the back of all my other flat form flashlights? Seriously, guys. Yeah, you had it right the first time. For comparison, there's an expensive and inexpensive flashlight that have top buttons but don't have the same affliction. I cannot hit it hard enough with the palm of my hand. And by the way, this one sits in the pocket like this. So there you have it. But even if it's sat like that, like Stiletto 2, I would still have to apply considerable pressure here to activate, and it's an instantaneous switch anyway. And very inexpensive Coast light that I got from Walmart for $40. Also, no problem, it sits this way, or I can actually switch it to sit that way, which you could do actually with Wurkkos HD1, but you cannot do, you can only carry it this way. I don't think there's a second set of holes provided to mount it the other way, which I would have both provided and carried like that. So, all in all, what did I just hear? There's a little bit of a rattle on the button. I didn't check for the rattle before I dropped it, but I think it's kind of loosey-goosey. I think the housing is isolated from the interior of the light, or it would have leaked water in. But yeah, so I think maybe this is to hang. I don't know what all this is supposed to do for me. I understand this is a heat dissipation area here, but I think for the 6,000 lumen light, this is very small, and there should be more corrugations here to dissipate heat faster, more efficiently. I'll put it this way. Let me turn it on actually. Let's see. Oh, and I didn't show you this. So I turn it on, and now if I hold it, it lets me adjust it down. And now it's going up by releasing and clicking the button. That's what they call stepless dimming. Is that the highest it can go? Oh yeah, I have a wall there. So it won't go to 6,000 because it's hitting the wall. But even at 3,000, it's getting hot. Let's let it sit for a little while. Why is it? Let's do it. No, see it. It downgraded itself. Come on. Yeah, I think most normal people will struggle a little bit unless they carry like full time. Let it sit. See how it adjusts. I don't know if you can see on the screen, but this is going down to adjust for the wall distance. And let's set maybe, let's do 15, no, not 15 minutes. Let's do whatever. We probably were on for 30 seconds. Let's do 20 more seconds. I didn't. Ah, shoot. It just downgraded itself. Oh, it's hot. It is hot. Ooh. It's getting uncomfortable to touch. I have calluses from guitar playing, and yeah, so it's hotter here than where the corrugations are, or ribs, to dissipate the heat. So they should have carried it on all the way to the end of the flashlight. Yeah, I know. Not gonna advise you to buy or not to buy this light. It's totally up to you. But if you already have any of these lights, you probably are all set. Just saying. I am puzzled by this light, and I'm at a loss on what to say about it. I think the engineers and manufacturing people at Wurkkos did a fantastic job meeting the requirements that marketing people imposed on them, because it does everything what it's supposed to do by design well, and it withstood the water test and the drop test. There are no visible damage of any kind to the light, so I think it's a very well put together flashlight, and it feels great in hand and looks fantastic. I think they did a beautiful job as far as aesthetics. Now, does the world need the light with this type of functionality? You tell me in the comments. Personally, I think while aesthetically it's a definite step forward compared to their own Wurkkos HD01 and 02, functionally I think it's a step back, because I am really more interested in a magnetic base than this immense pocket clip. And the other one comes with a pocket clip that you can attach to the berm of your hat, which for some people would be preferable to have that functionality, because it goes both in the pocket and on your head. So really, I cannot make a pro or con recommendation. I think if you have a teenager in your life that you want to gift it to, they will absolutely enjoy it. But if you are sort of an outdoorsman or a craftsman, if you work somewhere where you're required to attach a light to something, you should probably consider looking into their other offerings. That's my conclusion, and you folks have a great rest of your day.